Once again, the horrific wreckage of transoceanic Flight 37 just beginning to wash up on shore. Every passenger on board presumed dead.
They didn't have to die.
We have Homelander and Queen Maeve on the scene. Do you have a comment?
Said they didn't have to die. We arrived 3 minutes after the plane went down. Why? Because we're not in the chain of command. If NORAD called us before they scrambled jets, then we could have saved them. 123 men, women, and children. Excuse me. But if they let us into the military, then this will never happen again. That is my solemn promise to you. Right, Maeve? Talk to your congressman. Talk to them. They'll listen to the people. And together we will make sure that this never happens to our great nation ever again. God bless you. God bless America.
We hear you, Homelander!
And I hear you, brother! I hear you! And the world hears you! And very, very soon, my friend, whoever did this to us will hear from all of us! Homelander! 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 Homelander!
Welcome to Agents of S.C.R.E.E.N. Today we are going to be discussing the hot new show that has come out on Prime. What was it, last month? This month? And that is The Boys. Oi. I'm your boy James, aka C Holmes on Twitter, and this is your boy Rob,
aka Black Rob LDN. That's what's up.
Hey. Oh man.
The secret character of AOS.
Secret character of AOS, yeah.
You need a cheat code to get me to come out here. The cheat code will be there as well soon. Don't worry, will be revealed soon.
Just like the cheat code to unlock Smoking MK2, yeah.
That's right. That's how you unlock me here. No homo.
Soon. All right, cool. Oh man. So The Boys. That show, I have to say, it is probably one of, in terms of their own originals, it's easily in top 3 of their own originals that they've actually ever dropped. Easily. I'm impressed. It's actually too sick. It's too sick.
Man, I was just... Oh, you know what? I don't even know where to start. I mean, the way the first episode began, and I think literally about half an hour into the first episode, I'm just like, yo, did that really happen? And so so from here on out, if y'all ain't seen The Boys and do not want to be spoiled by it, then just switch this off and then come back to it after you've watched it. If y'all don't care about it and MSLDL for life, aka Marvel Supremacist Defense League for life, then by all
Boys
means...
isn't even DC.
I know it's not, but you know, these Marvel boys, you know, like, you know, Agent Greg and Agent S.C.R.E.E.N, and especially Agent Bounty. I mean, Aaron and Miles. You know, they are, you know, Marvel fanboys to the day they die. Nothing else, nothing more. So let them, you know, if y'all don't care about this, then, you know, MSLDL, then fine, piss off. But if you're open-minded and want to say, hey, The Boys, yeah, this sounds really good, you know what I'm saying? Then listen out and hear from, you know, two neutral centerites, no homo. Right, so, The Boys. Whew. Man. Okay, so I didn't know anything about these guys.
No, I've never read the
Um,
comic for it. Never.
I was. When did I actually watch it? I think I watched it when I came back from America. So I went out there and I was just seeing adverts for it everywhere. Like, 5 stars, 4.5 stars, this and that, everything from everywhere. And everyone's saying, all of my friends out there saying, yo, you need to watch this shit. Oops, excuse my French. Yo, you need to get on this. You need to watch this. Da, 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 da. So I made sure I went through my holiday not being spoiled.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And come back now, it's like, right, okay, let's watch this show. And for those listening, it is what, 8 episodes
Yeah, eight
lasting an hour.
episodes. Yeah.
So y'all could just do this in one day. If you have nothing to do, or you just cleared out your diary on a weekend or on a Sat or a Sun, just watch it. Just you can watch it all in one day, and you won't regret it.
Yeah,
You won't
you could
regret it.
easily just blitz through this and you won't even realize you've gone through the whole season because it is actually just that enjoyable to continue watching.
Yes, 100% Boris. Real talk, like, because I was jet lagged, so I was watching it, right up until like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning one day. I thought, yeah, let me watch this, man, because I ain't going to sleep. I ain't going to sleep, so I just thought I'd just stay awake, and I was just like captivated. It's just like, what the every episode had me like, what the is going on, like, what the. And I was just thrown back at the grittiness, the realism of it, and the storyline of how realistic even the storyline is. And I'm
Yeah,
thinking, why have I not heard about the boys before ever? Like this this stuff is really good.
it is, and it just it doesn't even like literally the first episode, not even 20 minutes in, straight savagery from the get go. Man is quite happily enjoying living his best life with his girlfriend, and then
Oh,
bro, man was literally just talking to his girl. She comes out of the road, and then all of a sudden there is blood on man, and where's her body gone? He's holding her arms, and all you see is A Train. He's like, I'm sorry, I got a breeze. I'm like, wait, what just happened?
no,
I
no,
was
no, no,
like,
no, no. That was level 1 savagery. The level 2 savagery was I think it was a couple of episodes later when when they did a press conference on him, saying how he was sorry, quote unquote, and he goes, "I'm sorry, but I was running, and she just stepped right out in the road." And I was like, "Wait, what?" She, I was
nah,
like, "Nah, you lot, Boyd, 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 this guy and his girl." So for those who want to know about the boys, let's do a quick summary before we
yeah,
dive
that's
into the show. So what the boys is, it's superheroes. The show is about superheroes, like the Justice League and like the Avengers, but the behind the scenes, like what do they really get up to, and how how do the people of Earth make love these people, right?
exactly.
So you've got these guys, the seven. I might as well call them the Justice League because it's seven of them, pretty much just like the Justice League. So you got the seven. They literally they are called the
They,
seven.
you might as well call them Justice League because they almost have. There's a lot of them that have Justice League type abilities. You have your own Superman, you got your own Flash, you got your own Aquaman, you got your own Wonder Woman, and then the other people are just like different abilities whatsoever. But what's interesting about this as well is that this show isn't like other superhero shows. And the reason why that is because these people are not independent. They are owned by a conglomerate company who essentially rents out superheroes for a price to cities. So they have their own cereal boxes. They are endorsed by this company. They have like their own. They go to talks. They go to like youth centers. They go to like big old events. Everything. They get paid for all of that. They essentially there's one big company who just owns all these superheroes, and they just go out to cities. Literally, these cities pay these people to get superheroes. Like you'll have people where there's like deals taking place for a city that wants to have a superhero. Like, okay, I'll tell you what, there's this up and coming superhero. We'll give you them for a 3-year contract for this amount of money, and then they'll be able to help reduce the crime down for you, and it brings up your publicity. And you're like, cool, all right, done deal. That's how this is run, and that's why this is interesting and unique, because there's no superhero show like that. This is very realistic compared to other superhero shows where you got like Marvel, DC, like they're all like the good guys, and they're all trying to do what they do the right thing all the time. But that's not real, because at the end of the day, there are people that are gonna have their own thoughts and agendas. Even though they're superheroes, they make mistakes, they fuck up, they will do stuff even though they pretend to be the good guys, and they will do good stuff, but doesn't mean that they're all good guys. And that's what's so real about this, because that is exactly what these guys are. They are good guys, but they aren't always the good guys.
And let's not forget that these people actually created these superheroes, this company.
That is the wild shock factor that happened near the end of the season. So that's why
was crazy.
That was wild. That was wild. So you have this.
No. That weren't the shock factor. The shock factor was what Homelander did.
There, you have to be specific, because Homelander was going on sick throughout this season.
Okay, so for people, Homelander is basically the Superman. He was like, I think, the first created superhero.
Sure. Just a quick thing. I'm actually not sure if he was even created. I think he might actually be the exception to the rule, and where they're actually creating the drug from. Just saying.
What, Homelander? Why?
Yeah, because they never said that he was ever made from the superhero stuff. They trained him up, and essentially he was a lab experience. They never said anything in the series to state that he was actually came from the chemical.
So you think he's the Apocalypse of the Homelander, like the first mutant? Well, Apocalypse was the first mutant.
Yeah, I think he is. I think that's where they got the drug in the first place. I think it came from Homelander, and they literally just like essentially like pumped up his cells and like made the injection, and then they just started spreading it off to all the kids. I think he is like came from either like a
I thought it went down the lines of, I thought they were talking about, they were making this serum from back in the day, from like World War II times. They were trying to make this. Yeah, I'm sure they said that. And then they found this mother, this what's it called, this lonesome mother in the 60s, injected her with it, and then she gave birth to Homelander. Well, Homelander actually destroyed her, and then they locked him up, because remember, the doctor said, the reason why you came out fucked up. So this doctor is basically the guy who was leading the very first bunch of superheroes, like testing and whatnot. I forgot his name, but he literally was saying that the reason why you turned out more fucked up than any other superhero, you turned out the most psychotic one, is because you had your mother was taken away from you. You were locked away in a room, no one to care for you. You were just in there, like, whereas all the other superheroes had a family, had a mom, had a dad, or had brothers and sisters. You had no one. And that's when, because he was very confused and everything. So for everyone, going back to what I was saying, Homelander is like the Superman of the boys. He's literally to the T, he's Superman. I'm quite questioning, I don't know who's stronger, Superman or Homelander. I need to look that up.
If we were probably to compare, a good comparison of what he would be is Ultraman. In my opinion, he is literally Ultraman. Yeah. So in DC, there's a universe where they have an evil Superman, and he's called Ultraman, and that is literally who Homelander is. Except for Homelander is much more scheming, like conniving, like he knows what he's doing. He's different levels. Like this, the way this show goes on, and the way that Homelander goes on in this show is just wild. It is insane. Like he doesn't play, and he doesn't care. And the fact is that you can tell his mind is on a different level because he will do something and then it will just be so casual by after he's done it, like it wasn't, like it was nothing, like it was the right thing to do in the first place. He says, "You guys are the real heroes." Like there was a scene where he was attacking something like a Taliban terrorist group in and then like the military were there and then he decided to go in there first and he was just killing them all off with his laser beam eyes and just like deading them off, like punching them into space and everything. Then there was one guy that came away out the building and then he just like killed them off in the distance and you just saw his face. He was reveling in it, so thoroughly enjoying it. And like you could see like the anger in his face. And then he just like turned around to the military soldiers and just like had a smile on his face, like, "Thanks guys, you're the real heroes here," and then flew away. And that's not even some of the worst stuff that he's done. That is that is literally who Homelander is. This guy is on a completely different level when it comes to like how sick he is. It is insane.
Yeah, Homelander, he's very confused because obviously he had no family, no friends, no one. All he knows is is being brought up by this company. I forgot what the company's called. I think they are called the company. I'm not too sure,
Yeah.
but AKA Shadow Law. But they, I wouldn't be surprised if Bison makes an appearance anyway. But he's yeah, he's just been brought up by these people. He's I would say, yeah, Ultraman on Ultraman and Justice Lord Superman in one. That is what he is. So
I could
we're
accept that, yeah.
because Justice Lord Superman, he again was cutthroat, but he was cutthroat doing it for a reason. Because obviously Flash dies and everything, and he's just like
Yeah.
he's lost his shit, right? I think the biggest controversial thing for me for Homelander and for y'all again listening was the hijack plane scene.
Yeah.
So that part of the show, I was like, I literally had my hands over my mouth. I was like, what the fuck? Then it's the way he spun it to make the
Yeah.
people angry, the people of America and the
Yeah.
world angry. I was like, yo, he is intellectually smart. So Homelander's not only stupid strong, he's not only stupid strong like Superman, but he's fucking smart. Like
He knows what he's doing.
he knows what he's doing. He's not a Batman level genius. No, that's okay. That's different level genius. But he is, I would say, in terms of intellect, he's probably like what, maybe a level 6 or 7 intellect. So that's like what, Barry Allen, I would say, like
Yeah, yeah.
that type of intellect. Like he knows how to spin shit. Like, and another thing, just to tell the people listening, that when they went to go deal with that bank robber who held up the bank, him and that
Yeah.
Wonder Woman chick, they went in and saw the gunner, and the gunner, when he saw Homelander, he literally was shitting his pants. Like he was literally like, "What the fuck?" And he was like, "Oh, okay, hands up. Okay, I surrender." But this is where the Justice Lord Superman comes in now, where Justice Lord Superman lobotomizes you. He just heat visions your brain, and part of the brain that makes you think, that makes you have free will. And then that's when you like start drooling, and you just you pretty much live a life of servitude and everything in Arkham. He killed this guy. He said to the guy, "Come here, come here, come here," like literally just saying, "Come here." And the guy's like had his hands up and everything, and he goes, "Okay, yeah, you're surrendering. That's fine. That's good. That's good." And he Buddha palmed him effortlessly through his chest. And
That
the Wonder Woman
was
chick was like, what are you doing, Homelander? Like, he's surrendered. What's wrong with you?" And he goes, "Oh, come on. We've been playing this game for a long time now. You know the people will like it." And he made so much sense. It's like, you know the people like it. You know the people like what's good. What's good. These people, they cause these crimes, and then they want us to come in and save the day. So we're gonna have to make it look like something happened, right? Because he killed someone, so a life for a life, some justice, not wasting money in courts and this and that for this fool to go through. And I was like, you know what? He makes absolute good point. So he took
You
his
know what
hand
was so sick
out
about that
of
as
his
well?
chest. He took his hands out of his chest,
Mm.
and then he took the guy's AK-47.
Yeah, I was
And
just
then
about to say that.
he said to, and then she goes, "Are you serious?" And he goes, "Yep, come on. You know what? You know the game. You know how it plays." And what he meant by that was that it was classic, one of those like corrupted type of cops say that he took your gun and he shot his gun at you. I mean, he shot your gun at you, so it gives you the right to shoot him dead. It was literally like that, literally like that.
Yeah.
Bang on. So he took the AK-47, trying to picture this for people, shot Wonder Woman. I'm gonna call her Wonder Woman, but it's I forgot her name, but shot the fake Wonder Woman, obviously, and then so the bullets would be all around her area and everything. So then when the cops came in, they saw the bullets, and then Homelander's like, "Gentlemen, yes, he shot at us first, so we had to defend ourselves." And I was like, "Wait, what? You guys could have didn't even have to defend yourselves anyway. You could have just snatched the gun off his hands and shit." But
Yeah.
another thing, though, I will say this quickly: the hijack scene. So this is where it says about if he's strong as Superman or not. It led me to question his strength abilities because the fake Wonder Woman in the hijack scene was saying to him, "Why don't you just fly the plane to America?" And he goes, "Oh, but there's no ground. It's just water." So he doesn't know maybe that he can just create the strength to push the plane and fly with it um across the ocean like Superman can do that and everything. And he doesn't know
He was
how
also
fast
worried
he
about
is.
breaking the plane, but I'm
Yeah,
actually wondering if he actually just didn't want to do it in the first place.
well, that too. That too. Maybe he had this thing all planned out from the beginning because of what of the conversation him and that chick, the vice
Yeah.
president of that company, said. So yet again, it shows how stupid smart this guy is.
I mean, we know how sick he is anyway, because at the end of the day, what he planned out for the show, for what he wants to do, was sick. He literally created supervillains.
Yeah,
He used the same stuff they used to create heroes to create supervillains. So let's get into context about the show a little bit more, because this podcast is about Homelander. So I'm gonna give you some context about this. So the company, why they enjoy the lucrative business of all this stuff with going out to the cities and everything. What they really want are military contracts. They want superheroes in the military because that military money is good money. Yeah, good money. I mean, you can get money from the city and that is good, but the billions that go into the military is ridiculous. All the R&D, the weapons. Like, I mean, look how much weapons costs already in the military. Like helicopters costing hundreds of millions of dollars just to get built. Now, imagine if superheroes got that money instead. The company would be swimming in it. So, this is how it started off. He I'm going to say he purposely did not save that airplane because he wanted the terrorists to look like they destroyed the airplane and they weren't able to get there in time. Everyone on that plane died. I won't go into the whole scene if you haven't watched it, but definitely that scene alone was sick. And then he span it off as if they weren't able to save those people in time. But if they were working with the military, they would have been able to get there in time to save the people, and that never would have happened. That was the first step of what Homelander was doing. The second step was he used the chemicals they used to make superheroes to make supervillains, so they could actually have only people that they could fight off themselves. The military would not have the military strength to actually fight them off. It would require the company to bring in the superheroes to fight off the supervillains. So they actually now have someone that has nuclear abilities that was deading off their soldiers. And that is how sick Homelander was going on in this show. This guy is too sick. He is insane. Insane. How many steps ahead he is at planning up what he wants to do. It is ridiculous. Boy,
Yeah,
Homeland.
he is. He is. Homelander is an absolute animal, and he has them all. He has the seven all on lock. All
Oh
of them.
yeah, 100%.
All of them on
100%.
lock. Like the scenes with the meetings that they have, like their Justice League's meetings, like the Hall of Justice and everything, but it was their rooftop thing. Like all of them. When he calls them, they need to come. There's no back chat. It's not like when Superman says, "Guys, we need to meet up," and Batman's like, "No, I'm not coming." I don't even feel like that. And Superman's like, "Please, please, please," like that. Or you know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing like that. It's like, yo, if Homelander hollers at you, if your phone rings and it's saying Homelander, your ass best be back at base quick,
God.
because he ain't fucking around. He ain't fucking around, man. So let's talk about now the other quote unquote superhero. So you got A-Train, which is basically the Flash. You got what is that fake Wonder Woman's name, man?
All right. Okay, cool. Let's get these
I totally forgot about her name now, man.
let's get these characters. So we have A-Train, then we have Queen Maeve, that's her name.
That's her name. Thank you.
Yeah. Then we
Yep.
have the Deep.
Oh
That-
yeah, fake Aquaman.
Yeah, that's the fake Aquaman. And then we have the what is the female?
Black Noir. You have Black Noir. I remember him,
Yeah,
the
Black Noir.
the ninja, and then you got the Starlight, the chick.
Yeah, that's the name,
Doctor-
Starlight. Yeah.
Who's meant to be basically Dr. Light, the female one. That's literally her. Can bend light, use it, and also use electricity. So A-Train is pretty much the speedster. Like he's stupid fast. He's not as fast as the Flash,
No
but
way,
he's stupid fast. But what I liked about A-Train, so let's talk about A-Train, is that I mean it's stereotypical again, but it's a good stereotype. He's a black man, which means obviously the fastest man in the world is a black man, so that's great. That's fine. I could deal with that.
Technically, he's not though.
Who's not?
A-Train. Not without the not without the juice in.
Oh, yeah. The serum thing. Well, no, I don't know. Because that scene. So for the listeners, there was a scene where he was meant to go up another speedster, and he was afraid that he was going to lose this race. So he pretty much decided to start taking some roids, some juice and some roids that boosted his metabolism and made him stupid fast. A bit like, if anyone remembers Flash, that what was it? Serum 9, was it?
The serum. Yeah, let's get that.
That chick needed to go fast against him and Zoom. And also Godspeed needed it as well.
Velocity 9.
Thank you. There I said Serum 9. Now there we are. So Velocity, yeah. So Velocity 9. It was pretty much Velocity 9, and he took it and he thrashed him like hell. But I reckon he still would have had him. But the thing is, though, the difference between A-Train and the Flash is that A-Train actually has super strength, which is quite scary.
That is true, actually.
It's actually quite scary. So we're Barry and Wally, Badman Wally, and not PC Wally, what's it called, the original Wally West, would use their speed to give them the illusion of super strength, creating tornadoes, F5 tornadoes, and sonic booms by clicking their fingers and whatnot, all that shit. This guy literally has super strength. So he's not as strong as Superman or Homelander, but he's strong enough to, what was it? There was a scene where he busted his leg, where this chick kicked his leg open, where his knee joint came out. So he has superhuman healing, but he had a cast on it. So picture this now.
That's right.
He straps himself on a locomotive train. Now, them American locomotive trains are freaking huge. They make British locomotive trains look like freaking die-cast toys on a road. I mean, on a child's nursery plaything. Right? These things are freaking huge, and he's towing not one, I think, two of them, plus an entire 8 to 12 carriages. So like when you go to the train station at Victoria East Croydon, they say, oh, it's a 12 carriage train and shit. This guy's towing 12 of those plus two locomotives on the front, and he's towing them, he's pulling them.
Just for context, those are weighing between 212 to 216 short tons.
Look at that.
That's disgusting. So this guy
that's insane. This is why in that first episode, so again, spoilers for people, but whatever. He was running so fast that if he runs into you, it's not like the Flash where the Flash runs through you. He vibrates his molecules through you, or like Zoom. He runs into you. You explode. You just explode into like slush. So when you squash an ant or you squash a moth or a fly on the wall and shit, or an ant on the ground, that's literally what happens to a human being, and they show that shit in the show, and I think that's really good because it goes to show you, fuck, imagine a speedster running. That makes sense. Like someone like the Flash running into you so fast, what would happen to you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you would probably end up doing that. You just end up end up as a puddle of blood. So A-Train is really cool, and I like him. He's really good, man. Technically, obviously, he's from the hood and everything, but and his brother is his manager and whatnot. But there's nothing really much more to A-Train really, apart from I think he just got juiced up so much on that Velocity 9 that his heart started really going, like he had a heart attack.
He actually was ruining himself as well, because throughout the show, while he was doing it, it was actually ruining his bone mass, and he actually broke his leg because he was juicing himself up so much. So
yes, of course.
So that's why his brother was trying to get him to stop, but he didn't care. He needed it. It was like addiction to it. It was like heroin. He felt he needed it to be the best version of himself, and it was only destroying himself. So he just kept on going down that path of self-destruction. That is a shame. Not on the same levels of the Deep though. Like that stuff just blew up for him, man. He thought he was too sick. Oh man.
Oh my gosh, the Deep. He was nothing serious. He was just there for the comedy fact. I think it was one of those things where, to everyone who joke about Aquaman, like Aquaman not taken serious.
Yeah.
After the 52 comics and the Aquaman movie and Justice League and whatnot, people are like, yo, Aquaman's is a guy to be reckoned with. Well, this guy, no. The Deep, no. He's just a joke. He's just a laughing stock. There's nothing much to him. He's just a joke in the show. That's it. He does some very, very questionable things that make people go, right, we need to hide you away because you're just an idiot. But then other than that, there's nothing more to this guy. Then you got the fake Wonder Woman, Queen, whatever her name is.
Queen Maeve, yeah.
And turns out she's a lesbian. With that chick, that artist.
Yeah.
Because she goes to her house asking for some, because she's confused after seeing what Homelander did. So she's torn apart because she doesn't know what to do. Is she, should she betray Homelander and tell the world, hey, yo, we're not really superheroes. We are superheroes just for the face of it, for the company to make money. But really and truly, we are all jackasses. Like, we really are. You understand? Like, we're just waste man, waste gash. Like, we're dickheads. Yeah, we kill people. We kill people intentionally so the company can make money and make publicity of us. But at the same time, she's like, if I do this, Homelander's going to kill me. Like, did you remember the scene? For example, one of the boardroom meeting scenes where Homelander was switching, and she got shit scared of him.
100%.
Mind
There was,
you, she's strong.
she is
She's
not on
stupid
them
strong,
levels.
but she's not on level with Homelander. But when Homelander was giving that meeting, boy, she was shitting herself, and he wasn't even talking to her, but yet she was shitting herself.
This is the kind of presence that Homelander brings, bro. That's the thing.
Yes, the Justice Lord Superman presence. Like if he's there, you need to listen and not joke around. This ain't no time for joking. You know what I'm saying? Now, Black Noir is just picture a ninja dressed all up in black, like that ninja from uh, what was that? Was it?
What, G.I. Joe?
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah.
He's literally like him. There was only one episode he literally did something, and he was sick. He actually accomplished his mission, but he didn't know that this certain individual, which we'll come to, could regenerate or actually has Wolverine type powers. Actually, not even Wolverine type powers, because I think the injuries that she sustained, Wolverine couldn't even get from. Like there was, yeah, like no, he would have died. I would have thought. I could
No,
be
no.
wrong.
Wolverine has a very good healing factor. In fact, he
Well,
can
then
actually
in that
survive with
case,
just his
then
head.
yeah, she's okay. So yes, this. So then yeah. So he didn't know that this individual has Wolverine's healing factor powers. But we will get to that. Because she's part of the boys. But we will get to that part in a minute after we talk about the other guy, the turtle. What's his name? The Invisible Man.
All right, yeah, I think it's Ezekiel, is his name. I've been trying to look it up because so he's the invisible person that the boys took care of.
Ah,
If that's what you're talking about.
yeah. So he's invisible. So yeah, you literally can't see him. But what's worse about him? He's not only is he invisible, but he's actually invulnerable.
Yeah, you can't
You,
destroy him. His skin is impenetrable. It's ridiculous.
right, right. So that makes it crazy about about what you call it about that guy
Yeah,
and the
these
way
people's powers are stacked. Like they at their powers, they are not just single ability people. They have like multiple powers in this team, the seven, that are that complement each other to make them dangerous. Like, they are insane. Actually insane. Like in terms of what abilities they have, they are crazy. Like A Train with his super strength, and then you have Ezekiel with like invisibility and invulnerability, and then there's obviously just like Homelander who's just ridiculously teeth, and then Maeve who almost has like strength and speed, but she lacks flight. So she's not exactly the same like Wonder Woman, which is why she needed like a Homelander's help to escape from the plane because she couldn't fly whatsoever.
yep, yep, yep.
Yeah,
It's
this
it,
this
it's and what's the other guy's name? I
which
think they
one?
mentioned some other people, but they weren't really in on it. There's some guy with a lantern who was a fake Green Lantern. He was like a
He
Green Arrow,
retired.
Green Lantern.
He was retired. Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. There we go. Yeah,
Starlight
yeah, yeah, yeah.
took his place on the
Oh,
first
okay. That's
on the
it.
very
Yeah,
first episode.
yeah. I mean, there's Starlight now. So Starlight was pretty much the conscience of the team. She was the
Yeah,
only one who really was pure of heart. Like she did it to actually wanted to be a superhero. She trained all her life, everything to be a superhero and whatnot. And she found out, but she didn't know. She thought she was born like it, but then she didn't. But then she didn't realize until later on in the show that her mom actually paid the company to get injected by that serum superhero. What's it called? Make a baby superhero serum. You know, like because the father paid for it because he was a rich man. And then when he thought it didn't work, because they were expecting their child to be having freaking eye beam, laser beams and shit when they were born, and he was like, because you remember this, like, is the dad breezed out, the dad s'd out. He was like, "God
Yeah.
damn it, this is not, this is a normal baby. We got ripped off. I'm leaving." I'm
No,
like, wow.
I thought he left because he didn't. No, I remember he left because he didn't want this to happen, but
No,
she
no, no,
did.
no, no. He no. He gave her the money to let it happen, but he s'd out when he found that nothing happened. But the mom was like, "Oh, you're special. It will take time to develop." So obviously the mom sticked around for that shit, and obviously it paid off. So the mom milked it, didn't she? She made peas off her own daughter,
Oh yeah,
her daughter's
100%.
success and everything. But the daughter didn't like it. Starlight, she weren't really in on it. So she was, and then she fell in love with one of the members of the boys.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, one of the members of the boys, and because she still feels herself as a normal person, not like a superhero, not one of the seven.
yeah.
So yeah, so she's more like the conscience of the team at in the end of the day. But again, I tell you, man, these board meeting scenes are so sick. Again, Homelander, when Homelander went in on her, when he was like, right, so there's a pattern here. Have a look at this. And then he was showing that ever since your stupid ass turned up, this happened, and that's happened, and this has happened. Like bare bad shit's happening to the team. And he's saying, and then he even says, like, so, and this team, which was once started out as 7, is now nothing but 4. What has happened here? And then she tried to back chat him. And he was like, "No, don't you dare talk to me like that." Oh, no, 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 no. And she was shitting her pants.
Bro, she was ready to dead her off rapid.
She
Yeah.
was, what's it called? She was shitting her pants.
Maeve was like jumping out, ready to like protect. She was like, "Look, Homelander, please, sir, please."
Yes, yes, yes. She's like, "No, no, I had nothing to do with this. I didn't know he was that." He's like, "Silence! Don't you dare talk when I'm talking." And that's when Maze was shitting her pants. I was like, yo, and A Train was just like, "What the fuck?" Like he was ready to literally just like flick her and burst her brains out. Like I couldn't believe it.
Bro, it's the show is wild.
And I would, and then and then obviously the story, obviously, well, yeah, you spoke about that already. So I would solid, I would literally tell, oh, the ending. Oh,
Oh
so
man,
the boys now are the people who are up against it, and it's Carl Urban is the ringleader. He plays as this Brit.
Billy
Um,
Butcher.
Billy the Butcher. That's it.
Yeah,
And then you've got this brother who's ex-military. I forgot his name.
Mother's Milk.
There we go. Thank you. What a name. And then you got the French guy.
Frenchie.
Yeah, Frenchie. And then you got the Japanese girl who was Katana in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
What's her name? The girl? Literally, I think something like that. Or
They call her the female.
the female. Okay. So they call her the female.
And then
And
there's
then
the guy Huey Campbell.
which guy was Huey? Oh yeah, the boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Huey is the boy whose girl got killed by A Train. What's it called in the first episode that literally just got obliterated. Like just anyway, yeah. So yeah, the one that got killed by A Train, and then Billy the Butcher finds him, and then because Billy the Butcher was also affected by the superheroes because he blames the superheroes and the company for his wife's disappearance. Because one day
In
he just has
particular, Homelander.
yes, he has CCTV of his wife just getting up from a park and just walking off, and she just disappears, and he's never gotten over it since. So obviously he becomes this drunk and this angry man, that I've lost my wife, the Earth is dead to me. I'm going to go after them. Da 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 da. Because he used to work for the CIA. No, FBI. My bad, FBI.
Mm.
Um,
They were part of
so
a task force that would literally punish superheroes when they stepped out of line.
right, but then that got disbanded. But then now he convinced the head of the FBI, the director, who was his ex-partner, to reinstate him and his team if they can get evidence to what's it called, and he wanted Homelander locked up. So that's pretty much what the entire film from their version is about. Is them going after the company to bring down the company that his wife worked for, and find evidence of ill doing from the heroes, and also the company, and when they find the drugs as well, even more evidence of that they are actually doing illegal experiments on human beings, turning them into superheroes,
Yeah,
or people making people give birth to superheroes, I should say. So they go through shit to do that. Oh my. Wow. They go through so much shit. So like Billy the Butcher, so we start with him basically, Carl Urban, is what you expect. Rugged, gritty type of guy, from the ends. I think he's actually from East London. Yeah, I think he's from Hackney. I think they do mention that. I'm pretty sure they do. I'm not too sure, but yeah, um, yeah, and he's lost his wife, and he hates superheroes. He hates superpowered people, and you slowly see with him throughout the show, it's a classic tale of us versus them.
yeah,
So, and then that's why he goes after Huey, the boy whose girl got killed, because he will have that same hatred for them as well.
yeah, exactly.
Because yet again, his life got destroyed by a superhero. But little did he know that Huey becomes a stupid ass hippie and falls in love with Starlight, a superhero. And he does not like that. I think there was one episode he took a sniper rifle and shot Starlight in the chest with it. But she
Yeah,
firmed it somehow. She got back up.
she's got some type of invulnerability. She's strong as well. This is what I'm saying about the
Yeah, she
team.
picked
Like
up a
they're
car.
stacked. Yeah, she's stacked. She's got super strength. She's got light abilities, and she's got some vulnerabilities too. So she's just, she's teeth. But yeah, he super didn't like the fact that they were dating. Like he was trying to break it up, and then he was trying to use the relationship to gather intel as well about the superheroes. Like when they like he first got Huey to try and like sneak a listening in device into like their conference room so they could find out what the superheroes are talking about. Ezekiel found it because he loves snooping about being invisible in all over the place, and then he was going to kill him, and then Butcher found him, captured him, and then they were going to try and find a way to kill Ezekiel. And that episode was quite interesting for me because Frenchie is a don. Like the way his mind works on trying to figure out how to kill people is sick. Like just by watching the TV about turtles, he was able to.
Oh yes, yes. Oh my eye.
Oh,
I that was genius. That was absolutely genius. That
he's
was
too sick.
genius. That was
Yeah,
genius. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Fuck, that was genius. So to people, he found a way to take out the Invisible Man armor when he looked at a documentary about turtles, and then he stared at the TV for a minute, and I was sitting there thinking, why are you looking at this turtle for? Like, what's going on? And then what it was showing was that the turtle was invulnerable from the outside, but from the inside, because I think it ate something and died, didn't it, or something? I can't
yeah,
remember. So from the inside, it's vulnerable. A bit like that. Well, I don't think you've seen that kung fu film, The Five Venoms, but yeah, a bit like that. So what they had to do Well, I mean, what he ended up doing was shoving a C4 up the guy's rectum. And then had the detonator. And Lord and behold, you saw the hatred from Huey. He blew him up.
Yeah.
He blew him right up. He blew him up, man. And then Billy the Butcher came in and said, "Shit, what did you do?" And French was like, "What did you do?" In his French accent, "What did you do? What did you do?" And then what's it called? Huey's like, "I killed him. I killed him." And he goes, "Great stuff." And then what's it called? The Billy the Butcher's like, "Yes, mate, great stuff. Now let's get out of here." And then I was like, "Wait, what? You hate them so much, bro?"
Oh man.
Oh, dear, 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 man, couldn't believe it.
Man, that this show is so my final thoughts about this show. Absolutely brilliant show, especially how it ended.
Whoa, 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 we can't finish it yet. We have to talk about the boys, man. So we covered Billy the
Oh, okay.
Butcher. Then we got the Frenchie, who was a him and Billy the Butcher and what was it? Mother's Milk.
Mother's Milk. Yeah.
They're all used to be in the same team back in the day until their team got disbanded because Billy the Butcher. What did he do? Oh my gosh, I
He,
forgot what he did.
the person that recruited him lost. She lost her grandkids, I think, uh,
Ah,
by
okay.
superheroes. I'm not. I think it might have been because of Homelander or
It
someone.
was Homelander, definitely Homelander. Yeah, Homelander. Yeah, Homelander was the guy who orchestrated everything. What you call it against Billy the Butcher and stuff. And but yeah, Frenchie was pretty much the tactical ops guy. So he had
Yeah,
all the weaponry and everything. Um, the guy, Mother's Milk, the brother, he was, you could say, the muscle slash undercover guy. So he knew how to blend in with the crowd and everyone and go undercover and stuff.
yeah. He was intel as well.
Yeah, that's it, intelligence. And then they had a new member, this Japanese girl, where they uncovered a child smuggling ring at the same time, which was quite deep. That was very deep, no homo.
Yeah,
And um this chick slowly becomes part of Frenchie slowly warms up to this girl because they kind of find a level with each other, like a connection because they were both outsiders. They both got abused when what's it called by their peers and whatnot. And Frenchie was the only one that could understand her, and vice versa. And she started understanding one another, and she started opening up. And then they found out, and then they found a guy who could read people's minds, another
yeah,
guy with superpowers, who ended up um reading her mind. And then they found out, oh yeah, where she came from and stuff, her background. And her background was that she was actually a freaking terrorist. She was a child soldier terrorist. She was taken away. Her and her brother were taken away, but in the middle of the night, and trained by these assassins, which I think will play a big part in season 2,
I think so as well.
a massive part. But we'll see what happens. But that was it. They just ended it there, this is why I reckon in season 2, that's where they're gonna continue. And yeah, that's literally the boys. But towards the end of the show, my gosh, like when what Homelander did to that old chick, the VP,
Oh man,
he
Me-
heat visioned her face off.
her and the guy though, they did him dirty. They lied. They lied hard about everything.
Yeah, yeah. They lied considerably about that guy. He was just switch. He was pissed off.
This is the thing.
He,
You should not be lying to Homelander, especially about something like that, because that is wild. Though the lie that they did. So they explained. So the whole beef with Carl and Homelander is this. Carl thinks that Homelander raped his wife. Then she disappeared after the whole situation. They think that she either ran away from the company to escape the company, or the company killed her. Because of this, Carl has forever hated Homelander and wanted revenge. He then finds out at the end of it, she was never raped. She cheated on her man with Homelander, and she escaped. And then what you actually find out, the reason why she escaped is she was pregnant with Homelander's kid. But they told Homelander all this time that the kid killed the woman and the kid died in the process. But that was not the case. The kid was alive, and so was the woman, but they hid her from Homelander and the kid so he would never find them. This kid had his own abilities and was not pumped with the serum. He actually is born with abilities because he's not supposed to be able to have kids, but he for some reason he actually is able to have kids with this person because he's apparently sterile. He's not able to have kids, but he can. So like he is a very unique kid. So that is where it ends. Like Carl finds out the truth about his girl, and he sees that the kid is Homelander's kid because Homelander takes him to him, and that is where it ends. And that is going to be from season 2 is going to be very interesting because one, you still got the supervillains that Homelander is slowly introducing into the world, which is trying to get the military contracts. 2, what is Billy the Butcher going to take from this? Is he still going to hate Homelander? Probably is. Or is he going to hate his wife over this whole situation? Like, how is he going to feel now that he knows his wife is alive, but now that she's got some kid because she was banging some superhero, like, and then she decided to breeze out and escape? Like, it is. This season is going to be mad. On top of that, the whole situation with Starlight as well. What's going to happen with Starlight and I suspect A-Train is going to try and come back to Huey as well. Like there's so much that could happen in season 2. It's just mad. So much. It's going to be insane.
Yeah, it's going to be insane. I'm looking forward to it, man. But yeah, as you said, the closing arguments are definitely out of 5. It gets a 4 3/4.
I can agree with that. 4.5 easily. 4.5, 4 3/4. It's a highly recommended show. One of the top shows of the year, easily. One of the best new shows that has dropped this year, maybe even last year as well. Like it's very impressive. A very strong TV show coming from Amazon Prime. I was not expecting anything like this good to be dropping from them, but they have dropped an absolute masterpiece. Like it's very impressive. And if they keep up with content like this, they will have no issues getting subscribers into Prime.
Yeah, I agree, man. I would just say Homelander made that show. The guy who played as Homelander was absolutely amazing, and I'm hoping they get a bigger budget because for the budget that they had there was really impressive. Even Homelander's flying was pretty convincing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh my day!
You missed
That scene when he flew up and he took out that lawyer and his kid when he tried to breeze off.
I was wondering if you were going to remember that or not. That was the first episode as well. That was
This is what I'm saying to people. That first episode. If all I would say is this, right? If the first episode does not convince you about this show to go, yo, this show is quite interesting, then yeah,
just
okay,
walk away. Just
walk away and go
you're
and
not
watch
gonna enjoy
your.
it.
Yeah, you won't enjoy it. Go and watch your Marvel Agents of Shield and whatnot, and then you'll
Go,
be happy with that. Yeah,
just go
yeah.
watch Hello Kitty
Or
Island
go
Adventure or
watch,
something, bro.
go watch freaking what's it called? Legends of Boar, Legends of Tomorrow, whatever. Go and watch that shit. Because I am telling you, man, that episode just made me go, yo, I'm watching this. I need to see what's going on here. Because all kinds of hoo-ha has just been going on in one episode. I need to know what the fuck. Why is this happening? Why did that person die? What the hell? What's going on? So yeah,
Yeah,
that show. And if you are uh, amazingly lucky enough to watch it in superb, fantastic, uh, ever so beautiful, super 4K vision, then yep, you are in for a treat, man, because that shit looks amazing in 4K. But don't worry, don't despair. If you have to watch it in labor right vision, the Green Party vision, 1080p, then that's all you. That's all you. But yeah, the boys, great show. Cannot wait for the second season. Um, and
me
yeah,
too.
so our next projects, there's a secret review coming up. Won't let you all know about that, but it's coming. It going to come up within the next couple of weeks. Secret review by
Yeah,
yours truly. So the cheat code will be unlocked again. And what else? Yep,
we got another DC podcast we got to be dropping soon too.
yep.
Um, so don't worry. There's some DC shows that have been coming out.
Mm.
Things like Swamp Thing have finished. We got to talk about that. Doom Patrol, Young Justice as well. Young Justice in particular. This new season of Young Justice. Oh, when we talk about that show, when Rob catches up to that, because that show this season needs to be discussed because this season has been wild. And for the map, considering how many episodes it is, none of it is filler. It is 24 episodes of non-stop heart attack city. From what has been going on this season, I'm impressed. I'm actually surprised, like throughout this entire season, like it hasn't been filler at all. Like DC, when it comes to animation, they know what they're doing, and this season of Young Justice has proven that. So, can't wait to do a review about that as well with you lot. But yeah,
I'm
thank
trying to
you.
think of other ones actually. What are we in? Oh my gosh.
You know, Teen
Don't we have,
Titans has come out as well.
yeah, Teen Titans season 2. So we're gonna
Oh,
have to what you call it? Do something on that. So, actually no, we just wait for that to finish.
yeah, we can do that. We can wait for that to finish. That's
And
fine.
other than that, I think that's about it. Yeah, so just watch out for the cheat codes popping up. If you hear if you hear or see a cheat code coming up in any of future podcasts or anything like that, then you know it's your boy Black Rob will be approaching in the next one after that podcast.
100.
Cool. Peace out, people. This is your boy
Peace out.
Black Rob signing off.
Peace. See you
Peace.
next time.
Peace.